Hey guys, we're starting in 30 seconds. If you guys are in, good to see you guys. Hope you guys we're here for the Psi class, last class. But if you're at advanced belt, a good thing to also do, if you didn't already watch the intermediate class, essentially start doing that as well. And just especially if you're like if you graduated to red black this last time, so you're hoping to go for your black belt this time. But at this point, the more training you guys can do, the better, just to stay more well-rounded in your things. Okay, again, we're working on finishing off all the curriculum and getting it to our YouTube page, the Martial Arts America Online YouTube page, so we can get all the curriculum up. We're doing that as soon as we can. If you want to go and just kind of see what's already on there and start practicing that, at least so you're staying familiar with all the curriculum rotation from this curriculum. This rotation, all the Dragon Kata stuff and all the Fire Form stuff, and then working through Samurai Side as we're getting it along. That would be excellent. Okay, and you also, again, you have if you're a tester, you have the full test in your notebook, so it would be a really good idea to go through and just kind of keep track of what you do have and what's still staying sharp in your brain and then what's not, so you can kind of work on filling in those gaps as you go along. Okay, so we're going to get started. Feet together. Bow. We're going to go further into Samurai Set today as we're continuing to work on the wheel kick, the step wheel kick, and then we're going to go a little bit into your self-defenses. Number 18, we started off number 19 last time, so we're going to go a tad bit further into that. Okay, we're going to start off by stretching out, okay, from here, and then this week's also challenge week, so there's a couple different challenges I'm going to have for you guys at home, for you, and potentially for your parents too, if you would like to do that, just to help make sure we're getting better every single day. Okay, the first thing we're going to work on is our flexibility, stretching properly. We have time to do that, so we're going to do that. Okay, the first one, making sure that we're stretching on our hamstrings, because for a lot of our kicks, our hamstrings, okay, are going to be the muscles, the ones in the backs of your legs, that kind of stop you from getting where you want to get with a lot of your kicks. As if they're tight and they're not strong enough to fully extend that leg. Like if you're doing a front kick, if your leg ends up being like this and it can't quite extend, or if you want to kick higher but you try to and your body leans forward and you fall forward, that's because that hamstring is super tight. So you have to loosen it up a little bit so it can play how you want it to play. Okay, the first stretch, working on just feet in the middle, touching towards your toes. Okay, the key here is don't round your back. Keep good posture. Posture doesn't mean we're standing up straight and tall. Okay, you can still lean over with good posture, but you don't crumple and round forward. That's the difference. So the key is, instead of us reaching towards our toes like this by rounding your back, I want you to instead, good, keep a straight back, lean your hips back, find a place for your hands to go. Good, keep your back straight. Good. You'll feel like you're not going as far, but you still are. You're focusing more so on the stretching of your legs than you are in touching your toes. And the reason is, a lot of times when we try to touch our toes, we end up bending our knees to get there. Okay, so this keeps the focus on just what you're doing. Good, on the important part of what's going on. So you're stretching out the backs of your legs without rolling your shoulders forward or rounding your back. Good. Come back up. Okay, we're also working on balance next week, so we're going to go over a couple different things to help improve our balance and just test you a little bit, okay, while still stretching out. Now, at this point, if you have something that you can hold on to or be near you to hold on to, that would be helpful, okay, because from here, part of our stretch, you're going to stretch out your right leg, so you want whatever you're stretching on to be to your left. Very good. And then you're going to go from here and pick up that knee, and again, you don't necessarily have to hold on to this, but just make sure it's there. Sometimes just knowing something's there to keep us up can help give you more confidence to keep your balance. Good. If you can, grab your knee and pull it up a little bit higher. If you need to, you can grab that item. And from here, rotate it to the outside without turning your body. Just rotate your leg to the outside. Good. Put it back down, and then from here, put the item on the other side, or you can turn around. That also works if the item doesn't move. Good. Okay, I'll put that back away. Excellent. Okay, next one, of course, is going to be your full splits. This is going to be kind of part of our challenge, our full splits. It's a very iconic stretch that all martial artists like to work for and work towards, so much that we have a patch given out to those that can do a full split. So we're going to work for the next 30 days, for the next calendar month, and see if we stretch properly, intensely, consistently every single day, whether it's morning or night or both a little bit if you have time, and see how far we can get. Okay, so your full split, having your legs out, keeping your chest up, again, having good posture, keeping your toes up. Okay, now listening to your body as well. If you notice that you try to go a little bit far, just a little bit too far, and you see that your knees start to bend, that's your body's way of saying too far. Okay, so pull them back in a little bit so you can keep those legs straight, those knees on the ground. Your goal is to almost get your heels off the ground, because that'll ensure that your leg is straight. Okay, it's not mandatory, but it's kind of a good goal to have. So from here, body's up tall, we're going to go to the side first. When you do this, again, don't bow and arrow yourself. Try to keep your spine very straight and lean your body over. Push your body. Try to pull your chest down to your knee. Other side. Now, the cool part about training at home is a lot of times in class there's certain things that we can't do because there's all of us on the floor together. At home, you can really adapt this to what you're doing. When you're doing your full split, the hardest thing, honestly, it isn't even getting your chest to the ground. It's if you're in this position, trying to get here. And we've literally all been there. When I first started doing my splits, I was like here. I was a brown belt and I was right about there. And I just could not go any further. Okay, and it takes time, but you doing it properly will help you get to where you want to get. And so if you're here, okay, a very good thing to try to get your body in the front is if you can find something to hold on to. Okay, whether it's if you're like wrapping a towel around like not a chair, but like the couch or something that's sturdy and strong, so you can then pull yourself forward. Okay, if your parents there with you or if you have a sibling there with you, they can potentially grab your arms and just lean you forward and get your weight over your hips. If your weight's behind you, try to get your weight in front of you. That's the hardest part to this. From there, it'll start to get easier. Your hands are in the front, and then from here, you're going to start to walk your body forwards. You're trying to reach out. You're not going down. I don't want you to go here. Good. You're trying to go out and hold. Good, and hold that as long as you can do that. Very good. Now from here, you're going to slide back a little bit and pull them in. Good, shake them out. That feels good. Very good. Up and over. Okay, now next thing we're going to work on is working on going along with Challenge Week is working on some different movements that are very, very important and vital for you getting from where you are now towards your black belt. One of our preliminary tests, of course, is your physical test and being able to do push-ups properly. So we're going to quickly revisit those and make sure we all have really, really amazingly awesome push-ups, okay, and we're kind of growing and we're getting used to having good, strong technique and building blocks. So your hands are out. Make sure your hands are not inside your shoulders. Your hands are just about the outside of your shoulders, okay? Now, also very important, think of yourself as a table. Good, I have the legs of my table. Good, I have my arms going straight down to my hands. If you look at a table, good, the legs go in a very straight line down because if the legs are angled outwards, good, if I put something heavy on the table, good, then the legs would keep going outwards and the table would fall to the ground. Okay, so I need to make sure you stay with good structure, straight lines. Okay, so from here, hands are down straight. Feet are tight, nice and strong. I'm not on the tops of my feet. I'm on the bottoms of my feet. Okay, when you bend your elbows, okay, again, notice how my hands are not out in front of me. It seems like it makes it easier in that moment, but if you're trying to do a lot of them, your body will not be able to hold yourself up properly. So keep your hands underneath yourself. It's harder at first. It gets easier later, I promise. Okay, from here, your elbows tuck in behind you like you're doing punches. That's why we do a lot of push-ups, to make our punches stronger. Okay, so from here, hands are down, elbows bend behind you, and back up. Good. My mic's kind of getting in the way. Okay, but I'm trying to get to where I'm as low as the ground as I can. And then I push back up. Your goal is to get at least to where your elbow and shoulder are in line, like that. Good. If you go here, it doesn't work. Try not to round your back this way. Try to keep your body strong. Now, if you doing that, if you're trying to do this causes you to break your technique and either put your bottom up or down, then for right now, just put your knees down. Notice I didn't go knees in. I just went knees down. Good. And then bend your elbows behind you. Go down slow. Control it. Get to your spot. And then push up really strong. So you want to go down slow so you're controlling what's going on. And then push up really fast. You're being explosive, making your muscles stronger. So let's do 3 of them together. Ready? Down. And then up. 1. Down. Hold it. Up. 2. Down slow. Up strong. Okay, your goal, okay, from here going forward, is to get a solid number. Whether it's 20 or 30 or 1 or 0 or 4. It doesn't matter what the number is. Just make sure the number is very honest. Okay, even if you don't like the number. It's okay. We all start somewhere. And the goal is from there, every class we do, good, or every other day, try again. And that time, try to add just one more. Just one. Good. If you get 1 today, next time, try to get 2. Good. The next time after that, try to get 3. Okay, some days it won't happen. Some days you'll be stuck at 2. You'll be stuck at 3. Some days you'll grow by a couple. Your body's kind of crazy that way. But as long as you're trying to just grow by 1 every single time, good, then if we keep doing this for a good little while, your number will grow, and before you know it, you'll be doing 10 and 15 and 20 and not really know how you got there. And that's the purpose, okay, is the focus right now on the journey, not necessarily the goal. Good, because if you're just so adamant to get 10 right now, but then you're struggling to get 1, and the next time you get 2 and then 3, okay, you're growing and getting better. But if you're only focused on getting 10, you're going to think you're not. And so focus on just getting a little bit better every single time we do it. That's all we need, okay? So now we're going to work, okay, on Samurai Set. We're going to add on to it today. We got up to the wheel kicks last time, so we're going to start to add in those exciting, super fun wheel kicks today. Now again, I'm going to be doing the form going away from you. So it's almost like you're in class behind me. We're all going this direction, okay? So from here, we start feet together. We bow. Step out, say martial arts, America, samurai, set. Step back to guard stance, hand up. Okay, ready? This part very similar to earth form. Remember that? So it's back fist, key my side punch, nice and strong, stance chase, your body levels down. Keep your body low, loop that left foot behind your right foot. Roll it, good clockwise, boom. And then from here, spin, back fist with your left hand, punch with the right hand, pivot, back leg round kick with the right leg. Set it in the front. Okay, switch feet twice, throw off the attacker. They don't know what leg's in the front. Take your back leg, do an axe kick, set it behind you. Go ahead, take your right hand, grab them. This is the tricky part, remember? So you take your right hand and your right leg, you step back with it, and you turn it, and you drop it down. So you're facing away from the camera, punching down with your left hand, okay? Put both knees on the ground, facing this way, facing the right. Put your left knee up, high block, punch with the right hand. Rise, switch feet again. 1, 2. It's an advancing axe kick this time. That means you step into it. So your right leg steps, so your left foot can axe kick. Setting it in front this time. Now it's almost like somebody's right behind you or grabs you on the shoulder. You step forward and you turn around. Okay? One more time. So you did the axe kick. You set it in front. Your right leg steps forwards. You turn around. So you should be facing away from the camera at this point. Okay? So kind of if you can hear me or you can kind of look over your shoulder and see me. Your left foot's in the front. Your left hand does a back fist. Your right hand does a punch. Your right leg does a back leg round kick. And you set it down in front. Okay, so now if you look over your left shoulder, you should see me. Your left foot should be in the front. Your body's going this way. Okay, your left foot is going to sneak behind your right foot very lightly. It stays on the ball of your foot. So I'm not going flat-footed. Okay, all of my weight is on my back leg. It's on my right leg. My left leg just sneaks behind me here. Good. My hands cross up. Then they pull down. This is the tricky part. Remember, your body squares. Your right foot, you step back with it. Okay. Now from here, it's that chop block punch combination. 1, 2, 3. Okay, breaking that down nice and slow. I'm going to face you guys, so I'm mirroring you now. Okay, your left hand comes over your shoulder. Your right hand goes underneath and chops out to chop to the neck. Okay, now from here, your hand that's out is going to chop there as this hand comes back to your chin. So my left hand across my shoulder chops out as my right hand pulls back to my chin. My left hand pushes the incoming punch down, parries the punch. My right hand pivots and throws what's called an inverted punch. That means it's up and down. Good. So it's left over your shoulder, right hand pivot and chop. Good. Left hand chop out as your right hand pulls back to your chin. And then your left hand parries the punch down and away from you as you pivot and throw an inverted punch over the top. So it's under, and then it's even, and then it's over. Ready? Your hand is under, and then it's even, and then you push it out, and it's over the top. So now we're going to get into the fun part. Okay, now we're going to get into these wheel kicks, okay? So real fast, we did 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then from there, you're going to throw a back leg round kick with your right leg. Okay, and at this moment, I'm going to just show you one time so you can kind of visualize what the goal is. Okay, your left leg is going to do 4 wheel kicks in a row to different locations, okay? You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I was probably smacking the mic the entire time, so I'm going to try to not do that, okay? And then you drop down. So now let's break that down a little bit, okay? Okay, so we're here. Your right leg's in the front. Now for this motion, your left leg is doing all of it, all right? What you're going to do, okay, you're going to kick almost like, think of like a clock, okay? If I have a clock, love this. If you can see this, if this was a clock, okay, right here is 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, noon, okay? 3, 6, 9, noon. So when we do this, that's the numbers we're trying to hit. That's the angles we're trying to kick, okay? So from here, I'm going to turn over my left shoulder, so away from the camera, and just look to the left. Okay, my left foot, my back foot, is going to swing up, kick, and then set it behind me. So now I'm actually facing where I just struck, okay? Now from here, let's do that again. You're here. A little bit cleaner. So you pivot. I look. Now when you do this is the tricky part. You have to kind of keep your weight on your right foot. So when I'm here, my right leg is my front leg. I just did the round kick, okay? I pivot my feet, but my right foot, I kind of lean back onto it as I look over my shoulder. This lets me then swing my leg, and then finish by pivoting and then putting it behind me. Okay, so we just did the first wheel kick. Your right leg's in the front. You're facing this way. Okay, so now we're going to kick behind us. You're going to kick away from me. Okay, so we're going to take and pivot our feet. You're looking over the left every single time. Your left foot swings and kicks behind you, away from me. Boom, and you set it behind us. So now you should be looking. You should have your back to the camera now. You're facing completely away. Your right foot's in the front. Your left foot's in the back. We just got 2 more to go. Okay, now from here, same thing. We're going to look. You're going to pivot to the left over your back shoulder. And we're going to be going to this way. So you're going to turn. Good. Very, very important that whatever leg is not kicking, your base leg, okay, to get your heel pointing that direction. So I turn my foot that way so that I can look over my shoulder. My foot's already in line. I take my left foot, I swing it, and then I pivot and come back. Okay? The last one. Okay, you guys are doing a wonderful job. We're going to break this down again in a second. Okay, but after we do this one actually lands in front. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so again, we've done 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Now we're all kind of, this one you're probably looking over your shoulder at me like this, okay? So we're going to kick there. We're kicking towards the mirror, okay, or towards the camera, towards me. Okay, now you're going to pivot over your left shoulder. You're going to swing it right through the middle, right in the front, boom, and then turn and put it down. So your left knee, after kicking, it pivots and it lands up. And you're punching down to the floor, okay? Let's do all that one more time. Now, if you did that and you have no idea what just happened, that's completely okay. Okay, for the first couple times of us doing this, okay, your body's not really going to understand what's going on. It's going to take a couple times for your brain to process what's happening and then try to transfer that to your body. So if you did that and you feel completely lost, that's completely okay. I can tell you as someone that's done martial arts for a good long time, the other instructors will tell you the same thing. When we first learned this, that's exactly how we felt. We had no clue what we were doing. It was kind of frustrating. It was really nerve-wracking, and we felt like we were lost. So if you feel lost, good, we're here for you. Okay, we're going to break it down slow. All right, here we go. Your right leg just did the round kick, sets it in front. Your left leg's doing the next 4 kicks, okay? So you're going to pivot that right foot and lean onto it. Turn over your left shoulder away from me. Your left leg swings, staying flat with the ground, because it's that wheel kick here. So it swings, and then you pivot in here. That's the other tricky part. After you kind of find the strike zone, whatever you're trying to hit, it's also helpful at this point if you have a parent or somebody or something you can kick to kind of something just as a target to kind of be in the ballpark so they know where they're aiming. That's also helpful. Or if you have a sibling or somebody that can just stand where you're supposed to kick, you're not going to kick them, but having a target you can put your eyes on and aim at is very helpful for this. It's hard to sometimes use your imagination in this moment. Okay, so you're here, I pivot my foot and I lean. I look over my shoulder. Again, for your wheel kick, you're leaning away from what's going on. Okay, after you bring it through that target, good, you will then, this foot that's on the ground, it's got to keep spinning. That's what that sound you hear after I kick. That squeaking sound is my foot pivoting and pointing where I'm going. Okay, so it goes here, down. Okay, the second one, you keep going. We're going to 6 o'clock. We're going away from the mirror. Pivot away from the mirror. Look away, around, left foot over your left shoulder. Swing it, down. Good. From here, pivot. Good. Now we're going this. We've gone that way. We've gone that way. Now we're going this way. Very good. To your left. Swing it. Boom. Now we're going right back to the front, finishing it off. Turn, swing it, set it down. Very good. Punch right hand, punch left hand. That was a lot. Okay. If we need to go back and kind of rewatch this a couple times, that's completely understandable. Okay. But what I want you to understand is, as tricky as this part is of your form, it's 4 movements. Okay, this form is way more than that. Okay, so this is about 10% of your entire form, if not less. Okay, so don't get too distracted by that 10%. If you're doing the other 90%, great. If up to this point you understand this form and it's clicking and it's working for you, and you get to here and you're like, oh, good, it's okay. Don't dwell on that little percent you're having trouble with. Okay, work on it and get better at it, but also understand that means you're probably doing amazing on the other 90. Well, at this point, like the other 75. So it's good. Okay, now let's work on our self-defenses. Okay, let's review 18. Let's add on to 19, right? Knuckles up like this. Remember, 18 is an outside block. Okay, let's face this way one more time. Good, so 18 is stepping back with that left foot, blocking with your right hand. Outside block. Remember, you grab to the outside of the wrist. I'll mirror you guys in a second. Your left foot's going to step up to the outside. Good. And then from here, as you turn, you break the elbow. Good. So from here, if there's a person's arm, you're blocking it. One more time. Step back with your left foot. Block with your right hand. Good. Grab the outside of the wrist, right behind where their pinky is. Take your left foot, step behind them. So your toes are behind their heel, not in front of their foot, behind their foot. Good. I take their arm, I keep it straight, and I do an inside cover, almost like in Star Block Set. Very good. Or in self-defense number 4. Same kind of motion. And then you block. Boom, across. Good, rotating it in to the elbow. Good, nice and strong. Okay, one time from a different angle. So you step back with your left foot, block with your right hand, grab that wrist, step forward at a diagonal. Good, so you get closer to him and behind him. Arm comes up, and as you pivot to the inside, you extend the arm and rotate it. Here, okay? Now we're going to work on 19. Okay, 19 is an inside block. Okay, from here, you'll step back with your right foot and block with your left hand like normal. So I pull, step back, and block. Okay? Now you're not going to advance forward. Okay, you're going to drop straight down. So you have to understand most people have two arms. And so from here, if you block the one hand and you scoot in to punch, good, you might get hit with the other hand. So you have to make sure you drop straight down. Block, drop straight down. Good. You're going to uppercut with your back hand to the groin, to the stomach. Uppercut. Boom. Very good. As you stand straight up, you have this free arm you just used. You're going to point that elbow at them and rise up, hitting them in either the chin or in the solar plexus, this middle part right here, the diaphragm. So you rise up. Good. Now from here, you take your strong knife hand. You're going to chop on this side. So you have to rotate your hand and chop. Good. To the side of their neck. All right. It's the main part we're adding. So from a different view. Good. You're going to step back, block with your left hand. Now you're doing it with me. You drop straight down, uppercut with your right hand. Boom. Very good. Rise up, chop your elbow in the stomach, in the solar plexus. Your hand is going to chop on your left side. It's their right side. Chop. Good. And from there, you're going to grab their collar. Good. The back of their collar, the back of their butt. Good. And you pull it to you as you knee them in the stomach. And then put it back down. Good. Sound effects are included. They're helpful and they're fun. Good. So one more time. Step back and block. Back hands tight, pivot and drop down. Good, uppercut. Rise as you uppercut. Well, yeah, uppercut, rise as you elbow. Good, boom, and then chop. Grab the back of the collar. Very good. Knee him in the stomach. Put it back down. Okay? Facing you one last time. Step back, block, drop, uppercut, elbow, chop. Grab the collar of them, knee. Boom, put it right back down. Okay, that was reviewing all of 18 and then a good portion of 19. So we'll finish off 19 next week, but that's a lot. Okay, we added the wheel kicks to samurai set. Okay, we're going to do the samurai set one last time in a second, just going it a little more fluidly so you can kind of see where we're trying to get to. Stay with me best you can. Some of you guys have been doing samurai set for a while, so it should be a nice little review and a way to practice doing it at a good tournament or graduation style speed. If you're having a hard time staying with me there, it's okay. Okay, we're just learning, but I do want you to see kind of what the end result is going to look like. Okay, so you can start to piece that puzzle together. Very good. All right, so ready? Stay with me. Samurai set. Up to the point we've gotten to today. Bow and go. Martial arts, America, samurai, set, step back. Ayah! And one, back fist. Himai. Loop, spin, punch, round kick, set in the front. And two, switch, axe kick, grab, turn, height, turn, high block punch. Three, stand, switch, step, axe kick, step forward, turn around, face away from the camera. Back fist punch, back leg round, double knife hands down, step back, going back towards the camera, chop, block, punch, pivot on the punch, back leg round kick, and then the favorite part, the wheel kicks, 1 to 3 o'clock, 2 to 6 o'clock, 3 to 9 o'clock, 4 to noon, drop down punch with the right hand. If you're dizzy, it's okay, I am too. Good. Okay, so that's going to do it for today. Worked on samurai set, worked on Sultan's 18 and 19. Also did a lot of review on that wheel kick while practicing it. Make sure we did a lot of left-sided wheel kicks today. You might want to review your right side, even if it's your good side. Just make sure we're staying balanced on those. If you have any questions on that, feel free to leave it in the comments. If you popped over from Milton Their Pace today, it's good to see you guys. Hope I didn't speak too fast. I'm really good at that. Happy training. Very good. Feet together. And bow. You guys are dismissed.